Hello and welcome back for some more TEW 2016. Today we're doing another episode of Raw and I already booked it, so we're gonna go ahead and just jump right in and see what happens this week. So of course this is just a pre-show match because I always throw at least 2 or 3 pre-show matches in. So the Hurricane defeated Sean O'Haire. I know there were a few people on OVW that wanted to step up to the main roster, so I figured I would throw a couple of them in the pre-matches. And it looks like Sean O'Haire did okay with a 42, so I'd probably leave him in for a little longer, but I might pull him out soon. And then in another pre-show match, Tommy Dreamer defeated Canyon with the Dreamer DDT. And I think I'm definitely gonna pull Canyon back up to the main roster, considering that he had a better in-ring performance than Tommy Dreamer actually did. So now we're on the main show, and this isn't really anything special. I just did kind of like a show opener, and I threw everybody in together. Some of these people I don't even think had matches this week. But at least it looks like it was a good promo because it got a 90 rating and it also involved some of the storylines we have going on. In our first match, we had Scott Steiner defeat Stevie Richards. I know Scott Steiner's supposed to be kind of in the main event rivalry, but I'm thinking after Royal Rumble, I'm probably not gonna use him as a main eventer. I don't really have any creative plans for him. But then Stevie didn't do too bad either with a 50, and the match got a 67, which I'm not really surprised because like Scott Steiner also doesn't really have a high popularity. And then after the match, Ric Flair came out and attacked Scott Steiner. He just wasn't happy Scott Steiner picked up the win, and of course since Scott Steiner wants Triple H as champion, Evolution's gonna make sure they do everything they can to stop Scott Steiner. Then we have an interview with Terry. She was talking to Shawn Michaels, and it broke out a fight between him and Chris Jericho. They're gonna battle in the main event tonight, and I don't really have too much else to say about that, so let's click next. Then in a Divas tag match, it didn't really do too good, but Trish Stratus and Jackie picked up the win. Of course, Trish always wants the wins, but it's alright because Jackie could use the win as well. And then after the women's tag team match, Christian decides to come out to the arena. He starts trash talking the crowd. He's telling everybody how he's gonna be the one that wins the Royal Rumble. He's gonna go on to WrestleMania and win the WWE champion. He's just the best dude and nobody's gonna defeat him, all of that good stuff. So then afterwards he takes on Goldust and he wins the match with the unprettier. Pretty clean win for Christian. Goldust actually kind of has a pretty low performance, especially since he's considered an upper mid-carder. And then I know it says that Booker T and Goldust attacked Christian, but pretty much what it's supposed to be is that Christian attacked Goldust and Booker T saved him, and either I couldn't find the right storyline for it or there just wasn't one that existed, so this seemed like the one that would make the most sense to use in this scenario. And then in a tag team match, we have the Dudleys against Lance Storm and William Regal, and the Dudleys pick up the win. It looks like the tag team rivalry gained heat with this, and everybody did pretty good. Devon got an 80, so that's really good. Well, even Bubba got a 79. And then Terry, she's interviewing Ric Flair, and he's telling everybody how Batista and Randy Orton are the future of this company. Batista's gonna pick up the win tonight, and nobody's gonna stop them. Then we have a match with Booker T and Batista, and Booker T ended up winning the match, but not without Randy Orton attempting to interfere. And then after the match, we see Ric Flair berating Batista and Randy Orton. He's just like, how could you two screw this up? Y'all had each other, and you still managed to lose the match. And then in our main event, we have Shawn Michaels facing off against Chris Jericho. Shawn Michaels picked up the win. It looks like it did pretty good with an 82 rating. And then after the match, Triple H came out and attacked Shawn Michaels. At the moment, I forgot I actually did throw Shawn Michaels in the Steiner Triple H rivalry, because I eventually think that it's going to be Shawn Michaels that takes over that rivalry, so it made sense to kind of just throw him in now, so this way it could continue to gain some heat, even though in this case it lost heat. So I guess now we should see how the show did. I kind of have a feeling it didn't do as good as the first show, but I don't think it did too bad either. 78, so the crowd was disappointed at not getting any matches that had their match aimed at being storytelling, and I always forget that one for some reason. But at least the show still increased in popularity in 9 regions, so I'm not going to complain about that. So let's see what happens now. Alright, so it looks like we have some unread emails and decisions. That's right, before I started recording, we ended up hiring Daphne, but I just sent her to OVW. So now let's see. Doug Basham wants to go to the main roster. This guy has an offer. This guy signed with PWI. Why is Chief Morley annoyed? Chief Morley was very unhappy that Jeff Hardy was clearly wasted on drugs during the match at WWE Heat. I can't even talk, but I forgot because I don't show Heat. So we had Jeff Hardy in the main event against Chief Morley, which I could actually show you guys those results if you want, but Jeff Hardy was once again wasted on drugs, so unfortunately we're probably going to have to either suspend Jeff Hardy or send him to rehab, because this is now the second time in a row that he has done that. Alright, damn and cool. It looks like pretty much everybody we wanted to sign wants to sign with us, and then we have to take care of the Jeff Hardy thing. So let's go ahead, send Natty off to OVW, send AJ Styles off to OVW. I'm gonna leave him as a face for now. I'm not actually, I've never really followed AJ Styles, so I don't know if he typically is a face or a heel. And then we're gonna sign X-Pac, send him to SmackDown, and we're gonna leave him as a face. So let's go ahead and complete that. And now to take care of the Jeff Hardy incident. So pretty much, once again, we have the choices. We could fire him, suspend him, send him to rehab, fine him, and then the rest aren't really that effective. Now, last time I fined him, I could suspend him for 30 days, which it could upset him, but it might also help. But I'm kind of thinking what I'm going to do is I'm going to send him to rehab, because I want to be able to use him, and rehab helps sometimes. And I figure at least if we send him to rehab, it will give him a chance to kind of hopefully recover, and this way we can still keep him and hopefully everything stays in good terms. Jeff Hardy is left for rehab. Jeff Hardy has improved his behavior as a result of your handling of this incident, and he's actually happy with it, so I feel like we made a good choice since he is happy and it seems like he's improved his behavior. Now we gotta go ahead and sign Sean Waltman a position on the roster. And before I forget, I'm gonna quickly just choose his alter ego as X-Pac, because it's WWE, so it makes sense if he came in as X-Pac. And now what we're gonna do is we're gonna assign him, I'm pretty sure it's gonna say mid-carder, so let's go ahead, add him as a mid-carder to the SmackDown brand, and then I'm gonna throw him in a tag team with Just Incredible, because they were like the X Factor at one point. I might throw A-Train in, but I'm not sure yet. If you guys want A-Train in the stable, let me know, but if not, I'm just gonna do X-Pac and Just Incredible. So now we have a couple people here with morale issues. I think Ron Simmons is upset because he was blamed for an injury, and then Chief Morley is mad about Jeff Hardy being on drugs. And then Brock Lesnar is really mad because we made him lose a match, which typically in order to fix these, we just have to give these guys bonuses. At least that's the only way I know how to fix it. If there's another way, let me know, because I would almost rather do that than just pay people every time they're upset. Especially because I feel like if this was real life, there's probably other ways we could handle this rather than just giving people bonuses. But at least once I give them the bonuses, I don't even really pay attention. It just has to be somewhere near their contract is all I know. But then there's times it doesn't work either. So now let's go ahead into the the tag teams. And then since they should already be a team, all we have to do is change from active only to any type, and then right there is the X factor. So let's go ahead and change it from inactive to a unit. And then where is my save button? Because I always don't hit the save button. Save team. Information has been saved, so we don't have to do anything else. And before I end the episode, let's go ahead and I'll show you guys what happened on Heat. Not really a lot, basically. We just had D'Lo Brown and Christopher Nowinski defeat Johnny Stamboli and Spike Dudley. Then we had Raven defeat Ron Simmons. And then Raven attacked Ron Simmons. And then Jeff Hardy beat Chief Morley. So yeah, that's going to be all for this episode. Thank you guys for watching. Next episode, we're going to do SmackDown once again. So make sure to comment, like, and subscribe. And I hope y'all have a really good day. Bye.